This may seem like a bunch of little pillows scattered across some ice, but in reality, this is actually a very simple game in Ponytown that I've made here for you all today. This is an 8x8 grid of pillows on some ice for a game I like to simply call Thin Ice. It's extremely simple, so all you're going to do is get however many players you want, so let's just say these two plus me, so that'd be 3. Each of you are going to roll 2d8. Make sure it's 2d8. Whenever you roll that, you're going to get a random set of numbers, 7, 4, 11. So you're going to ignore 11. You're going to focus on 7 and 4. So 7 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, what was it? Was it 3? Then 4 would be 1, 2, 3, and 4, making my starting position right here. This is where I start in this game. And then you do the same thing for everyone else. I'll do it just one more time to make it maybe a little bit more clear for you. But if I roll 2d8, it'd be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. So they'd be right in there in that position there. So let's just say for all intents and purposes, this person landed there. Boom, there you go. So now that you have all your starting positions, you're going to take turns either, again, rolling the dice how you did before to get another random position, or moving in any of the directions around you. So you can move diagonally 1, up 1, left 1, right 1, down 1, anything like that. Or you can push an opponent to do the same thing. So let's say I have Fez here. I can push them to this white carpet, or I can push them to this black carpet, or pillow. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the pillows. Or I can push them to this red pillow, and so on and so on. Basically, this is just another way to move things around. But whoever lands on a space, say I push this gray Fez up here, this offline plushie, and I move them to this blue pillow. This player now has the ability to remove any of the other blue seats in the entire game here. They can remove any of the blue pillows. So let's say they delete this one or something like that. Ooh, oh no, that one's gone forever. This is a space that no one can land on. If you were already there when it's deleted, then you should have been killed. It basically kills you. It basically removes you from the game. However, you can't delete one if you have other options. So if I was to be like, say this is the next player's turn, the Fez is the next player, they move to this green carpet, they can't delete this green carpet out from underneath me because there's other options. So you can't just immediately attack someone like that. But if you have no other option, you can do that. So that is a fun little thing that you can do there. But basically, whoever lands on a space is the one that chooses. So say it's my turn and I move to a white pillow, then I can delete whatever. Say it is my turn and I move Fez to a black pillow, then Fez chooses which black pillow to delete on the board. And so on and so on. If you do somehow get stranded, say there's enough players or some kind of wacky mishap happens and you're stranded like this, then you have absolutely no choice but to get yourself the dice roll. So you would again have to roll 2d8 and you'd roll it and you would find a new position somewhere on the board. So you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2, which would put me here. And then I'm in a new place, and then since I landed on an orange carpet, I can delete an orange carpet somewhere else on the board. So that's a pretty simple game. It basically goes on until there's only one player left sitting on a pillow and everyone else is on thin ice or whatever else like that. And you can be like, the ice broke out from underneath you, and then you can just drown them, and it could be a fun little thing. So it's a super simple game. I think if Ponytown was to make this like an official minigame or something like that, a lot of this stuff would be automated, whereas this way it has to be manually done by each player or whatever like that. They could definitely add in more little tricks and stuff like that to it. But since we're just players with limited abilities and everything like that, this is the best way to do it. So I have one more game to show you, so I'm just going to go ahead and show that to you now. This one requires a little bit of setup, but it doesn't require too insane of a setup. Basically, you're just going to want to build some kind of scene, some kind of area somewhere on your island, sort of like this. You don't really want it to be too big, so I think this is probably a decent size or something like that. And then you get one other opponent and you take turns. Say it's my turn first, and then it's going to be offline's turn second, right? I have to take one of these items in here, any of these random items in the scene, and put it behind this thing here. So let's just take this desk and we'll hide it right here behind this. You can't see the desk. They don't know the desk is there. They don't know what's there, and your job is to not let them know what's there, right? So they're going to go around and they're going to take random stuff. Offline is they're going to take random stuff and they're going to either move it in front of me or they're going to come up to it and be like, oh, is it this? Is it the little table? Is that what you put behind there? And then you guys say, nope, that's not it. And then they would come up to a second item. Is it the ice cubes? Did you put the ice cubes down there? And again, you have to say no. And then they might choose a third item. Is it the gravestone? Did you hide the gravestone there? And again, obviously, that's not what it is, so again, you would say no. And then since they've made 3 guesses, you would then give them a hint to what's behind there. You would have to say something like, it's brown, or it's shorter than you. That's right, it's shorter than you, or something like that. Just any kind of hint that you can come up with, and then they would continue on, and they would try to make 3 new guesses. It's shorter than me. Is it the stump? No, it's not the stump. Is it the chair? Nope. Is it the skull? It's the skull, isn't it? And nope. And then you have to give them another hint, and so on and so on. And make sure as they make guesses, you have to keep count of how many guesses they made. Eventually, by process of elimination, they will 100% guess correctly what is behind your window there. And then once that happens, you count up all their guesses and you swap roles. So now it's going to be Fez, or sorry, not Fez, but Offline Plushie, and they're going to hide a random thing down there. Let's say they hide this banana behind there. And now it is up to me as a player to come around and guess things. Did you hide the knife behind there? Nope, it wasn't the knife. Did you hide the blood jar behind there? Nope, it wasn't that. What about the jack-o'-lantern? Nope, it wasn't that. It is tiny though. It is very small. And then so now I have a hint. Maybe I can guess correctly. Boom, banana. And your goal in this game is to guess what the other person has in the fewest amount of guesses. So as Skella, I was able to guess the banana correctly in about 4 turns, whereas Offline Plushie was able to guess it in about 6 turns, which means I was the winner because it took them more guesses to figure out what I was hiding than it took them guesses to figure out what I was hiding. If that makes any sense at all. It probably didn't. But basically, whoever has the fewest guesses is the winner in this game. It's super simple, and again, I think this could be a fun thing for like Ponytown to make official in its own little way, because then neither of us has to take turns, or rather maybe we do take turns or something. But there could be an item that the game is just talking about, and it's like, hey, guess the item, and you just have to start placing items or something like that for the game to be like, nope, that's incorrect. Nope, that's incorrect. Nope, that's incorrect. It wasn't these items, and then it gives you a hint or something like that, and then it's the next person's turn, and they choose 3 items or something. There's definitely ways to incorporate this somewhat officially in the game. I think it could be pretty cool and pretty simple for them to do. And in this scenario where you have like the game as a host or whatever like that, trying to get people to guess what's actually behind this, would make it possible for the game to include more players, whereas how it is currently, it's pretty much best played with just like 2 players, pretty much like Offline Plushie versus me, because I mean it would take a very long time otherwise. And again, a couple of things here. The smaller your scene is, the quicker the game is going to go. So if you do want to do it with 3 players or 4 players or however many players you want to do, you're going to want to make these scenes a little bit smaller, maybe tweak some of the rules and stuff like that. There's definitely some interesting things you can do with this. But again, it's just another super simple thing that you can do here in Ponytown. I made a community post about this, so some of you probably already know about this game. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all of those wonderful things like that. Because when you do wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself. And I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.